Welcome back, casual gardeners. I don't know how well you're going to hear me today because in the rain, a greenhouse can be a very noisy place. And it's supposed to rain for the next few days. There's a drip hitting me right there. It's March, and here in Zone 6, Utah, that means it's time to put the pedal to the metal and be a lot less casual when it comes to starting seeds. This is the month when we can actually start to direct sow a lot of the seeds that I started indoors last month. Not these guys. Peppers can't come out yet. It's still too cold. But we can grow the whole cabbage family: lettuce, arugula, cress, onions and leeks, peas, spinach, and radishes, direct sown in the ground. It looks like this just isn't the right day to plant my peas and fava beans. They would have been fine if I'd gotten them in before it started snowing. It's just a miserable time to dig in the dirt, so I'm going to put that off until after this weather front moves through. Because I have to work a day job, I don't have a lot of flexibility about when I make these videos. If you would like that to change, one way you can do that for free is to hit the like button on this video and to subscribe to my channel. There are also a few things we can start indoors this month to transplant outside next month. Those include beets, Swiss chard, parsnips, or actually any of the things that I already mentioned to direct sow this month. Just because it's a month later, that doesn't mean it's too late to plant those as well. All right, let's sow some beets. I'm going to do 3 kinds of beets, so that gives me 8 plants of each that I'm starting early indoors. I'm also going to start some beets direct sown next month. Beet seeds are compound seeds, meaning that each one actually is multiple seeds. So I'm only going to drop 1 in each soil block here. All right, so those are some Detroit dark reds. These are from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, but they're really common. This one is a cool variety. It's got the neat little target pattern in it. And that's really why I like to grow a variety of beets, is just to have a variety of beets. All right, and finally, we're going to grow some Golden Boy beets. These are from Botanical Interests. Hey, Kevin. And I'm just kind of smear things around so that the beets are making good soil contact. And I'm going to put a cover on these and take them inside so that they can have room temperature to germinate. As soon as they're up, though, I'm bringing them back out to the greenhouse to save a little space in my house. This is also a really great time to plant any nightshade crops, excluding potatoes, that you haven't already started indoors. So I'm going to fill this whole tray this year with purple tomatoes because the patent says I can't sell them, but I can give them away all I like. All right, so these are going to come inside the house with me and start covered on heat mats. I've got Hungarian heart, green tie-dye, raspberry liana, bumblebee, and a whole tray of purple tomatoes. Here in Zone 6, Utah, potatoes are generally better off waiting until next month before we can get them started. Now that I've said that, though, I am starting potatoes today, and that's just because I'm starting potatoes from real seeds this year. Not seed potatoes, I mean potato seeds, the seeds that happen after there's a potato flower. That's a whole nother video, though, about why most of you aren't going to be successful doing that and why I am and how that whole thing works. So definitely subscribe to my channel if you're interested in that. All right, here are my potato seeds from Botanical Interests. So potatoes are a member of the nightshade family. They can reproduce from seed if they're close enough to wild type. I think the packet said these should be pelletized. So that just means that the seeds are tiny and they've stuck a bunch of stuff to them, so it's easier to deal with them. So you don't get to see the actual seeds, just these little tic-tac looking things. But that makes it so much easier. If I had saved seeds from potatoes that I had grown that were, you know, genetically able to do that, this would be a lot more work. Smear things around for good soil contact. Now, these guys are going to stay inside until they're nice and big and robust. Because I have a greenhouse, I also get to start some flowers inside this month. So I'm going to be starting sweet alyssum, maybe some zinnias. I'm starting some marigolds and nasturtiums. So all of those guys are going to have to come inside with me for a little bit, but probably next month they can start living full-time outside and then get transplanted out into the garden as soon as the soil is warm. Once upon a time, there was a Dustin who bought some zinnia seeds and then forgot to plant them. Looks like back in 2020. These are old seeds and I'm not going to count on them growing. So I've got these extra soil blocks I wound up with, and I am just going to overload them with zinnia seeds. Let's do 3 seeds per block and see if I get any zinnia seeds out of this. Sweet alyssum is, I think, like the king of garden flowers. It's amazing. I got these seeds of the Allure Pastel blend from Botanical Interests. I'm going to do this whole tray of sweet alyssum, and there will be space for them in my garden. Things are going to get pretty sweet. These are tiny seeds, and I'm not too worried about thinning because they do all right. So I'm just sprinkling a bunch on each soil block, and then I'm going to cover them with plastic. Nasturtiums are another really amazing garden plant. They don't just support pollinators, they're also an edible flower and can help attract predatory insects to your garden and just make everything so much better. They have a pretty decent germination rate. I am doing 2 varieties, both of which I got from Botanical Interests. So these ones are Black Velvet, and then I've also got Cherry Rose Jewel. I guess I only need 1 more. And these leftovers, I'm just going to plant directly in the garden. Nasturtium seeds do not keep for more than a year, so don't buy more than you can use. Here are some marigold seeds that I actually collected from my flowers last year. It's really easy to save marigold seeds, and that's probably for the best because they are another seed that doesn't last very long in storage, so you're going to have to use new seeds every year. This is one that you can direct sow very easily when the weather gets warmer, but I just like to have my plants a little farther along, especially given the grasshopper years we've been having. Wow, wasteful. But I have a whole other packet, so it's fine. So I haven't bothered labeling the marigolds or the nasturtiums because they have very easily discernible leaves, and it's something I can get away with not doing. If you're watching this in a warmer zone, it's really important to me that you do not feel like it's too late for you to start this stuff. I would like to thank everyone who is liking and subscribing to my channel and my videos. You guys are making it possible for me to keep on making these videos. I'm actually really close to getting my first paycheck from YouTube. It's going to be very small, like $100. If you would like to support my channel even more, you can become a channel member. Thank you so much for joining me here in my garden today. I hope you have a wonderful time in your own garden.